Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about the things that I don't like about my Honda Civic Sportback 2.0 liter or 2 liter for short. Now, I'm also going to talk about my 1,000-mile break-in because we have crossed 1,000 miles on this vehicle as well. So if you guys are interested in those things, make sure you guys stay tuned to this video. Be sure to ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so all free for videos so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And also don't forget to hit the super thanks button down there near the like and dislike button, and or support via Cash App and PayPal. That way we can continue to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. Now let's get into the things that I don't like / nitpicks, things that I hope to improve going forward in the future for the Honda Civic. All right, and as you guys can see there, she is purdy. Still haven't got a car wash yet. It's been 3 weeks now, 3 weeks to date on today's Tuesday. Still got the beautiful black rims on her. Those probably won't be changing anytime soon. I just need to clean them. If you get a little close, you'll see that they're starting to collect a little dust, little brake debris, you know what I'm saying? Just a little something on them. I gotta clean them 18-wheelers, you know what I mean? But for a car that basically costs $34,000 after tags, taxes, and sales tax, what are some things I was expecting? Well, although I do like that for the most part it's black trim around the windows, the black side view mirrors, the black rims, the darker interior on the inside, why didn't they give us, if we wrap around to the front, if not a slightly darker look to the lights, why didn't they give us a blacked out Honda logo? Like, that would have been perfect to give us a blacked out Honda logo to really go with the rest of the car, because the sport model is much more sporty looking than the sport touring model. So why didn't they give us those rims? I think that would have been a much better idea to provide us those rims for the Honda Civic. I'm trying to get a good angle here so that way you guys appreciate the thumbnail. Why didn't they do that? That's one of the things I'm nitpicking. They could have gave us blacked out again here for the black Honda logo. The lights actually look pretty clean and crisp back here, but they could have given us that for this for the Honda Civic Sport. I mean, if I want to go a little bit further to nitpick, black door handles, black fin, you know, just throw the black in there just to give it that real clean look, because anybody buying a sport, they're buying it because they like the aesthetic. They're buying it because they like the sporty look for it as well. Let's not front. Also, what could they have also done? Under the hood, they could have given us more horsepower. Although the 158 horsepower isn't bad, and because it's a lighter car, it moves a lot more nimble with it, I think they could have gotten away putting another 12 to 15 horsepower in here. Give us something in the 170 realm here. That way, with the Sport Touring and the Type R and the SI and all that, those could have got much closer to 190, 200, 210, 215. If it's a sport, we got to have more than 156 or 158 horsepower, like 150-ish pound-feet of torque. Like, we could have got a little bit more out of this vehicle. Sorry if you hear truck noise. You got a truck backing in over there. So what else can we nitpick about and discuss when it comes to the Honda Civic? The trunk. As I have stated in almost every video, the key fob, beautiful key fob by the way, has a trunk button, but this button does not pop the trunk. As you guys can see, this trunk you have to manually open right here to open the trunk. Now, why didn't they give us a trunk popper button on the key fob? Why didn't they give us a trunk button on the actual inside of the vehicle? As we now approach inside to talk about our nitpicks on the inside, let's go back to wide angle. Now, this is one thing I do like, that the door doesn't swing. It's got a firm stationary position when you open it. As you guys can see, no trunk button anywhere. Why did they not give us that in this car? We needed a trunk button. And I don't know if that's a thing that Honda does in general with their vehicles, but a lot of vehicles that Honda has, there's no trunk popper. There's no trunk button on the key fob. Even Acura does not have that. Shout out to Q to Chaotic. His Acura Integra does not have a trunk popper either. That's an Acura car that costs almost $60,000. How is it that you guys can put a simple trunk popper button in the vehicle? Honda, please pay attention to our videos, our feedback, and provide us some of the simplest things for our vehicles. It's those small things, I promise you. What else do I not like or that I want to nitpick about? I mentioned it before with the Honda Sensing. Although you get some good safety features, if there's safety features to protect your life, you should not have to pay additional money in order to benefit from those safety features. So some of the not lane departure, but oh Lord, I can't even think of the name of it now. But the side view mirrors, being able to highlight when cars are passing on the side of you. Why didn't they add that to this vehicle as well? In order to get that, you have to trim up to the EXL and or the Sport Touring model to benefit those actual safety features. Why make us have to pay more money for things that will actually save our life from that perspective? If you already gave us braking, collision, so if I show you guys, if you already give us road departure mitigation and you give us collision mitigation braking system, not to mention your lane keeping assist and your adaptive or active cruise control, and how far back or how close you want to actually follow the car in front of you. If you're already giving us certain features like that, why not just give us the other two? Because it's really just another two features that they could have bundled into the car. Again, especially if you're increasing the price of the car, you could have given us some more features from that perspective. Considering the fact that even though I'm not like opposed to like the hard plastic in here, again, the upholstery, although nice, decent, they could have done a lot better job with some of this hard plastic, maybe giving us ambient lighting in the sport model anyway. I don't mind the cloth here. I don't mind the cloth, but it does collect elbow debris real easily. So why not give us something a little bit more better, like if not leather, sport leatherette, right? You could have outlined this with some more sport leatherette. I also don't like the piano black in here. Piano black is annoying. This could have just been just matted black, or given us this material here, which is a little less, invasive or fingerprinty. Now let's see with my fiber cloth, does it clean it off? It does. I might have to wet it a little bit, but it does at least clean this off to a high degree. So that's a plus there. As you guys can see, it's starting to wipe down. It's starting to wipe down here. I don't know how we got I promise, as soon as I'm not in the car, weird stuff starts popping up in here. We're gonna have to get to the Wi-Fi on that one. All right, so see, I like to keep my stuff clean. So upon putting that back in there, that is some of the things that I don't like about this vehicle. I don't like that sport mode does not have the actual Tiptronic. You have to use the paddle shifters. I don't really care for the paddle shifters. That's why I said it's interesting in my video that I like to have them. They kind of look cool, but I prefer to have the Tiptronics where I'm actually able to use a gear shifter to shift gears to give me more of that manual feel when driving in sport manual mode. That's what they call it, sport M mode basically. The other thing I noticed is it almost feels like normal mode when driving is more potent than sport mode. I can easily pass cars in manual mode without thinking about it. Yes, I might be around like 2,500 to 3,500 RPM, but it's really much more closer to 2,500 to 3,000 RPM in normal mode, which means I'm driving somewhere around 55 miles an hour. I can easily, whoop, 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 I feel the car just go in normal. Whereas in sport, I don't feel like it moves as hard or as fast as swiftly in sport mode. So it's interesting to see that normal mode almost feels a little bit more beefed up than sport mode in here. But again, I'll notice that as I continue to drive over the course of time. What else do I not like in here? Wired CarPlay. It's almost an industry standard at this point to have wireless CarPlay. Why is Honda holding it back on the Honda Civics? Now, a lot of Accord models, CR-V models, and Honda Odyssey models are starting to get can come back to the dealership and have the software update enable it. Why are you not able to do that on here? Is it because it's as simple as the radio unit isn't fitted for it, which also still doesn't quite make sense? If it's a software update, we should be able to just get wireless CarPlay in here. So that's another problem that I have, a major problem I have. That's not even a nitpick. Give us wireless CarPlay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Now, in the back, as you guys can see back here, you guys got some neat little things going on. Let me get my hand out the way there a little bit more. You guys can see in the back, it looks pretty nice. There's no support back here. So no cup holders. You know, like, why do we not have cup holders in the back for people sitting in the back? It's roomy. Surprisingly, it's roomy for sure, but nothing in the back for individuals to place their drinks. And so that makes it a little bit hard for individuals to eat if there's a trip, if we're on a road trip, if we're out and about, don't really have time to sit down and sit somewhere. We don't have the room or the support back there to be able to eat food on a normal basis, or even on an occasional basis. So that's some things that I don't like. I don't like that there's like 3 different settings in here, and it's between this, the head unit, and having to try to operate. They separate things so like unnecessarily, where it takes a little bit of time to have to scroll through things to find anything. And so like I don't like that. I wish it was just simplified, and or everything could be operated from the head unit instead of the gauge cluster. If it's the gauge cluster, it's actual things pertaining to the gauge, as opposed to dealing with safety features and unlocking the car features and locking the car features and headlight features. Bring all that over here. I think that's a lot easier to operate because it's also a bigger screen. Gives you more of a reason to actually use the radio as well. So that's another thing or problem that I don't like about the Honda Civic Sportback that I'm driving right now. I also don't like the windshield wipers. I don't like the way the nozzles squirt out the windshield wiper fluid. It feels very weird and delayed. It's almost as if it just lubricates it, or it tries to lubricate the wiper before then actually wiping. And I don't know, it's very weird, but I do not like that at all. As you see, there's not a lot of streaks in here on the windows because I try my best not to have to use my windshield wipers unless it's raining, and we've only had a couple rainy days down here since having the car, about 3 or so. So the rain has been kind of keeping some of the dirt off the car, but I do need to finally take her in to get detailed. That should be happening within the next few weeks. So it'll be about a month or so before we get a wash. If not, I'll have car accessories and pertaining to car washing and then do that myself. And the other thing I forgot to mention is the auto idle stop. I wish this only cut on when it came to econ mode. I wish this was something that you could program off within the settings there in the gauge cluster, or you could, this, if this was even here, just in general, the auto idle stop only function in econ mode, because I don't really care for it in normal, and I don't believe it really cuts off like that in sport mode anyway. So I just wanted to highlight another dislike is this auto idle stop where the engine just intermittently cuts off. Although I like the feature or idea in theory, but just when you want to go, this hesitates the vehicle before being able to pop off from a stop and go situation. So cool feature, but I wish this could be turned off for more normal mode, and all. I mean, if it is 100% for sport mode, definitely I could have more control to turn this off and leave it off for normal, and this only worked during econ mode. Please, Honda, reconsider this auto idle stop, please. Speaking of accessories, this ends. Well, the last thing I'll end with is in here, the dash, underneath the dash. I actually fixed this via some accessories. I wish this area operated a lot better because of the cable management due to wired CarPlay. So as I said, speaking of accessories, I bought some accessories to install in there, as well as the center console right here. And what I'm going to do is link these down in the description box, and I actually did a video showing how to install these and what it exactly was, along with my red cup holder mats. So here goes the video right here, and right after this video we'll get into the 1,000-mile break-in. All right, so the first update we got in here is some cup holder mats. So what I want to do is put these in here. They're clean, they're fine. They got a couple like little dry water stains, but ain't sweating it. They actually come with 4. Unfortunately, this car only has 2 cup holders. Now technically the doors may count as cup holders as well, so I might put them in there, but all I gotta do is simply install it into here like this. As you guys can see, I just do that, bam, put them in like that, put this one in like that, boom. Now I do wish that they were a little more fitted to the actual bottom of the cup holders, but you know, it's enough space because I guess you want to be able to get your finger in there and pull it out. So that's the cup holders. The other two, I mean, I really could put these anywhere in here. I could put them in the back. I could also put them in the side. I think for now I'm just gonna take these in the house. I want to do red, add a different color to the car, because I think red's gonna be the accent, the other accent to the car. And so that's the cup holder. The second part is for the actual armrest or the center console rest. And upon opening it, as you guys can see, this actually goes inside the cup holder. So as you guys see, I got wires in here. I have another pair of shades in here. I got this charger I need to take out. And then I got some free buds, my true free buds that are in here, and a microfiber cloth to keep some of the decor clean in here, including this piano black that I need to go ahead and wipe down because this is pretty easy. So as you guys can see, we got this, and it sits right on inside, and it separates stuff for you. So you see, you get mats. So these are nice little sticky mats, and these mats go in each actual cubby inside of here. So I'm gonna take this little one, and I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna take this one, put it in the other cubby, and these fit perfectly in their little slots. And then I'm gonna take this large one and fit it into here as well. All right, so actually I put these in correctly in the first place. So as you guys can see, there's a little knob. I don't know if the light will give it to me or not, but you'll see like there's a little knob that faces up. And I think I can really put this in here how I want to. There's already like a nice little matted piece down here. No, I don't. So the bigger piece, I'll show you guys in a sec. This slides. Oh, I thought it slid in. I thought it slid in, but it actually sits on top. So it actually gives you a second. Let me show you guys here. So it actually gives you guys a second container. So if you wanted to utilize both spaces, you can actually hide some things in here, and it actually gives you a nice organizational approach to your center console. And I think I remember what this piece is for. This piece is actually for in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there, and then I'm gonna kind of organize so I can show you guys what everything looks like. So bear with me. So as you guys can see, that's what that looks like. It's supposed to sit right in here. So now it gives you some additional little cubby storage. So like, oh, I didn't bring my phone with me, but like, okay, maybe I have my wallet and I want to put it in here. You know, it still actually fits the wallet in there. I wish I had my phone on me. I do have my phone on me. It's actually in my hand. So what I'll do is I'll tell you guys whether or not it actually works. But it adds a little bit of organization in here. You can add little things in these little side pockets. This little piece won't sit yet because it was kind of folded. But these are all nice little matted spots, and like the phone can still slide under there if it needed to. But most likely I'm gonna put it right here because that makes more sense. I can still have my cable plugged in right here, like so. And so that still works there. And then I think what I can even do is maybe tuck the cable in, so that way whenever I pull it out, it's fairly simple. But this also just shows you how easy it is to go ahead and customize your car, add little pieces in here, and actually hide stuff that you need to hide. And then you have something very simple where the wallet can sit in here if it needed to, and then I can close this up. But once I get this piece, my wallet might be able to sit in here, but we'll see because my wallet's kind of thick, that new wallet I showed you guys. So I wanted to bring these accessories to you guys real quick, and hopefully you guys find these useful and want to check out check these out for your 11th gen Civic. That will be 2022 through 2024 models as of this video. I don't know what the 2025 and going forward looks like. Side note, the actual mini little cubby that you already get with the Honda Civic does still fit in here with everything. So if you still want to add layers to your organization, you can still use the OEM, the stock little cubby for your center armrest. Beast mode. Oh yes. So the phone does actually fit into that top slot of the cubby. I actually had to round this up a little bit just so it kind of stays out of the way, but it does fit. It slides right in here. The whole phone actually fits here if I don't have it plugged in, but it does slide right in there. So all I gotta do is plug it in, plug the aux in right there, and then slide it right in there, and it's out of the way. And that's nice about this car too. For the most part, Siri works, or voice navigation, voice control in here works for the most part. Sometimes when trying to input an address, it may not always work, so then I'll have to reach for the phone, while I'm stationary, plug in an address, and then slide the phone back. But CarPlay does work fairly fine in here for the most part. I don't have to really use my phone unless I'm like really nothing. like CarPlay works well in here. I don't deal with my messages while I'm driving, so great use of these accessories to work with the car. So let's get back to Tuesday, our Accelerated Tuesdays content. All right, so hopefully you guys appreciate those accessories. I have been enjoying them for sure. Give me a new way to kind of mount my phone down there at the bottom since I have to plug it in and or keep two cables and kind of keep it organized down there. I like that. The side pockets seem like they're like little change pockets, or if you collect some cards, like business cards or whatever, you could place them there on the side. And I love the center console because it adds another layer of depth to the center console. It's very deep already, but to be able to add a layer there where I can put my sunglasses, since we don't have a sunglass holder, something else I don't like about this vehicle, I now can place that within my center console and then pull them out when I need to wear them to go out and about. So the links will be down in the description box for you guys for those accessories. Now in terms of, I forgot my phone mount, so I have to kind of go handheld today. In terms of the 1,000 miles, it's been a joy. It crept up really fast, mainly because I had to drive to Atlanta 2 days straight. And from me, it's about 140. I don't want to say 140 miles. It's about 80 miles back and forth. So you're talking about 160 mile travel time in one day, and then you multiply that by 2. That's 320 miles right there. So I technically should be around 700 miles. But right now I'm sitting at 1,025 miles. Beautiful. The other thing I've noticed since driving is the fact that my gas mileage still hasn't improved as much as I thought it was going to. I'm sitting around 26.5 with hybrid driving, so econ driving, normal driving, a little bit of sport driving. I've been trying to do a separate sport driving mode to gauge the mileage there. Right now I'm sitting around 23 to 24 miles an hour, I think. And really the highway is what helps you boost that mileage, right? Because just doing city driving, I'm sitting much closer to like 25 on any form of driving. But I feel like the engine is finally starting to break in where it's understanding how to gauge its own mileage per gallon. But right now I have not broken 30 yet. I haven't even gotten to 30 yet. The closest I got was 28. So hopefully in about a I don't want to say another month, I should finally eclipse 30 and finally get to 30 miles per gallon. But that will probably require more econ driving and normal driving. I haven't been doing a lot of sport driving as of recently. I've been in normal because normal is fairly comfortable. From the perspective of comfort in terms of suspension, I've noticed econ is a little softer. So in other words, it's a much more smoother ride. Normal is right there in the middle, and sport, haven't driven in it enough to notice, but I definitely noticed between normal and econ that it is a slightly more comfortable ride in econ mode, and she's a lot more easy on the push in econ as well. So if you want to save gas mileage, I know you don't want it to be so ready to go, econ mode will be your best friend. But I like normal right now. I want to do some more sport driving. It's just really ain't had the time. It's been a lot of kind of A to B. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll finally be able to push it a little bit more in sport and see how she really goes in sport mode. Outside of that, I've been loving it. Again, like I said, I'm trying to collect more and more accessories, even small things that kind of help decor the car a little bit and add a little flair to it. Red seems like it's going to be my accent color. So I'm looking forward to adding little bits and pieces of red here and there to the vehicle. It would be nice if I could get some of that Type R stuff added to the car. That would be interesting. So that stuff will be here throughout the time of ownership in this vehicle. So hopefully you guys appreciate this video. Let me know down in the comment section below how you guys have been enjoying your vehicles. If you're a Civic fan, a Civic lover, a Civic enthusiast, let me know down in the comment section below you guys' thoughts, opinions, tips, tricks, advice, and we can get it cracking from there. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, the notification bell so I'll free that with some videos so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there by the like and dislike button, and or send support through Cash App or PayPal. That will keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. Trent Micah signing out to the next video. Wait for it.